Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick, The American, Season 4, Episode 3, Experimental Prototype City of Tomorrow, or Epcot, for all you theme park nerds out there, and I know you're all watching this program. Meredith, Alonso, Kelly O'Coin Week continues here at What the Flick because Bennett Mankiewicz is not here to appreciate it, that tree falling in the forest, but he had a big fat subplot on Billions this week, and now Pastor Tim not getting killed again. Damn it.
Such a shame. I was really...
They got so close this time.
I wanted to see that happen.
Man. So Pastor Tim, big blabbermouth, or at least he told his wife he was a big blabbermouth.
I know. And it makes sense. You're in the church. You have to confess.
Sure.
But come on, dude, your wife, we know, she's a talker. What do you expect? Most church wives are. That's what popular culture has taught me.
This is true, yes.
But I like that they're going to weave that into possibly a larger subplot.
Well, what I'm thinking now is, okay, they got infected with the horrible microbe, and they made Dylan Baker cure him by spitting in his mouth, so the Epcot trip is off. So I'm thinking, this isn't my prediction, and I hate being the prediction guy because usually I'm totally wrong. But I'm thinking that where they're taking us is Paige is going to be the one who has to say, well, we have to kill them.
That's what I was thinking too. Well, also because I thought we were actually going to go down to Florida because there's a big red herring thrown at us in the, okay, well, we have your 4 seats booked together, but on the flight back, there were only 3 seats. And I was like, oh, someone's going to die or leave or run away. And I'm like, what's going on? So I thought we were going to get a good, faux Epcot scene, because obviously we know you can't go film at Disney. But no, alas, we never get to go to Florida and go to my favorite theme park in the world, mainly for the drinking around the world aspect.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
I've been at Epcot since I was a kid.
Oh my God! When I lived in Orlando, I had a season pass, and every October, it's the best. But yeah, this episode was like the episode as we were talking earlier. The things that we almost had. I felt like a couple people on my Twitter were talking about oh my God, they'd be because they're very good about not spoiling, but they're like, I can't believe that happened or blah blah blah, and I was so hyped to get home and watch it, and I was like, I'm a little let down.
There's a lot of setup and transition here. There's the setup of Stan is still suspicious of Martha, and there's going to be, Martha, why did you say that name? There's going to be a lot more of that going down the road. There's the almost Pastor Tim thing. Claudia's back.
Yes, I love Claudia.
My lady, Margot Martindale. I'm all about that, so that was exciting. But yeah, you're right. There's not a ton winds up getting resolved here, but there's it takes us places. We do get a feel for how dangerous this the chemical biological warfare
and I'm
stuff
glad they're finally doing something with that, because I thought this was going to hang over our heads all season long.
Yeah, that's been the Chekhov's gun all season. So they took to that one pretty quickly. I'm still a little baffled as to what we're supposed to be getting out of the Nina subplot. I mean, she's dreaming about Stan. Okay, so that's a thing.
But it was the letter from Antonov.
Right.
That she, obviously, it was very heartfelt. She smiled when she got to read it. I mean, where's her heart? Is it in both places? I feel like they really built Nina up. I didn't like her at first. They built her to a character that I really felt for. I really was rooting for her, and now I'm like, okay, you're just wasting her away.
Well, I trust this show in that if they're keeping her around, there's something that's going to be happening. So we'll roll with it, I guess.
I really enjoyed the Korean Mary Kay.
Yes,
that was such. She's a fantastic actress. That's a fantastic subplot, and having the whole dinner scene.
And that's it. But that's another thing in this episode. Okay, so she's infiltrating that. Why?
I know. Was it the husband? Was it the guy at the head of the table? Was he the key there?
Yeah, I don't know.
You saw almost like a real friendship formed there between the two women.
Well, and she's so good at that. Yeah. I mean, we've seen. I mean, Kara Russell obviously is good at it, but I'm saying, but Elizabeth is so good at that kind of thing, because if you remember her relationship with the woman who worked at Northrop Grumman, who was much, different class and different race and all this stuff from this current situation, but she knew how to insinuate and how to become chummy, and they had a really believable rapport, and now she's creating one with this lady, and so but the whole time you're thinking, who's the player here? What's the end game?
I'm waiting for the thing that slips Elizabeth up, where she always has this cold demeanor, but every once in a while I think there's gonna be the one that really gets to her, and I think there was that reason when she came home and she was talking to her husband, well, I don't know why I'm blanking on everyone's names this morning. I think
Philip.
it's just Philip, thank you. I think it's I haven't had any coffee today. And Elizabeth says, like, how'd it go? And she was reserved about it for once. And I think there was an honest connection there. And I really, really liked that because I like vulnerable Elizabeth.
Sure.
So.
And, early 80s Mary Kay. I mean, as somebody who used to live in Dallas, like, that was the shit,
Oh my God. And her overdone face was like everything I remember about my mother's friends who sold Mary Kay. And I'm like, oh God, you look like a clown.
A lot happening there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, there was something else in this episode. Stan's wife.
Oh yeah.
Stan's ex-wife, rather. I think that she and Philip have such an interesting relationship, and that she, in a lot of ways, because of Est especially, is sort of, he's able to talk to her in ways that he can't even talk to Elizabeth, I think. And
but does she want more? I think she wants more.
She had that boyfriend.
Yeah,
Is he still around?
I know.
Do we know?
I think she was fishing for a little bit more, but Philip drew the line.
Yeah. Well, and as Elizabeth points out, he needs to fix that relationship with Stan, like, stat.
And he's just, I don't know, he's so burned, he's so hurt by it, and it makes me sad because I liked their bro.
Totally, yeah. And they're in this weird transition period now where Philip and Elizabeth don't know if are they going to have to completely cut bait and disappear. Are they going to stick around and continue doing this stuff? I mean, we assume they will, or there'd be no show. But
And it's weird for me that Philip wants to return to Russia. Like he was so wanting to stay within the American life, just like cut ties with Russia. So now he's like, I want to leave and go back. It's such an odd transition.
I don't know that he wants to. I think just that with the Pastor Tim stuff on the table, that's the next step. That's what you do.
But you would think he would be trying to fight for just like, let's just go disappear on our own. Like it's just such a weird transition for him to go like, well, let's just go back into the fold of everything. So what, is it the EST stuff that's wanted him to connect back to his roots?
I don't know that that's an option though, because look, if you disappear, then you've got the Americans going after you because Pastor Tim will have blown the whistle, and then you've also got the Soviets going after you, and that's a lot of pursuing.
I like the idea of Odessa. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is in the south, by the beach. All right, so really good episode, and maybe they'll kill Pastor Tim next week. Who knows? Come back.